Whatever you're doing at home, I want you to stop and really watch this story. Parkinson's disease stole his career as a pro athlete, but Ben Petrick is determined to not let it ruin his role as a husband and father. The Hillsborough native recently had brain surgery 1 year after that same procedure ended with a major scare for Ben and his family. Well, Tim Becker has more on Ben's latest attempt at deep brain stimulation and his determination to win his battle.
9:29 a.m., Monday, November 22nd of last year. Ben Petrick lays awake on an operating table at OHSU with 2 open holes in his skull and a fierce desire to win his enduring battle with Parkinson's disease.
I'm just banking on the fact that it will work and hopefully be a big life changer for me, at least for the next decade or so.
You know, all of us, we're all #1 and state champions. It's great.
Ben has always been a winner. That's him scoring a touchdown to help Glencoe win a state championship in 1994. A gifted athlete, he was soon playing baseball at the highest level.
And Petrick hammers it to deep left field. Back goes Rivera, and this one's gone.
Up in the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies. But he was also just 22 when Parkinson's began its assault on his body and eventually on his career.
Bowled over at the plate is Petrick.
I knew that I could feel myself not doing what my body wanted to do, and I knew it was just a matter of time.
Now, Petrick really did a pretty nice job standing his ground at the plate.
I got mentally prepared for all that Dysonian crap I have to deal with on Monday.
4 days before his November surgery, Ben and his wife Kelly prepare for his second attempt at deep brain stimulation, or DBS. Electrodes will be permanently implanted in his brain, targeting the areas that control movement.
It's about the targeting, it's about getting it in the right location, it's about, getting through the surgery successfully. That's what's critical.
A neurostimulator or generator, a lot like a pacemaker, will also be implanted in his chest to send electrical impulses to those electrodes, blocking the abnormal nerve signals that throw his body's motor system out of balance.
By placing these electrodes deep into the brain to these very strategic spots, we can actually reestablish that normal balance.
I hope to God that it works, but if it doesn't, then I'll just be back to square one like I am now.
But you have the attitude to persevere, and you had that during sports, and that certainly, definitely plays a big role.
That Ben is even willing to try DBS again is a testimony to his perseverance. His first procedure, performed at Stanford University in November of '09, went horribly wrong. A little more than a week after surgery, infection took hold in his brain and the electrodes were quickly removed. But Ben and his family wondered if he would ever recover.
It was really scary, man. It was devastating. I was in the hospital. I was about as low as I can get.
We're going to put in the electrode now on the left side.
But now, 10:24 a.m. and 1 year later,
Hear that kind of snap, crackle, pop there? Those are actual brain cells in the target.
he's back for more. Guided by computers for pinpoint accuracy, doctors place 2 electrodes deep in Ben's brain. He stays awake to give them verbal feedback. When they're done, he's left with 2 wires dangling from his head. Doctors then put him to sleep for the second phase, when they feed those wires under his skin and down to the neurostimulator they plant near his collarbone. It'll be almost a month before he knows if all this is a success, but trying again, pardon the pun, was a no-brainer.
I started thinking, this, I gotta do it again, because I gotta give myself and my family a chance of being more
But you never...
normal.
Call him stubborn and obstinate, call him courageous and tenacious. The same qualities that made this father and husband a super athlete are what drive him to confront his disease every chance he gets.
I am super excited because I just can't imagine it going wrong. I mean, it sounds naive probably, but I'm just like, I mean, this poor guy has just been through a lot. And I'm like, you know what, he's about due. And we're about due to have some good results.
Well, they certainly are due for some good results. We checked back in with Ben and his family more than 2 months after his surgery, and tonight on KOIN Local 6 at 11, we're going to share the rather remarkable results with you. Reporting for you, Tim Becker, KOIN Local 6.
Are you excited?
December 13th, last year.
Are you nervous?
Ben Petrick is about to try and steal some of his life back from Parkinson's disease, the neurological disorder that robbed the young husband and father of his career as a professional athlete. Last November, he was on an operating table at OHSU, having 2 electrodes planted deep in his brain.
Right in the right spot. So we're going to put in the electrode now on the left side.
A generator device in his chest will send impulses to those electrodes, hopefully reducing his symptoms significantly.
Hold up your left hand again and now tap nice and big and fast.
3 weeks after the procedure, called deep brain stimulation, it's time for doctors to power up that generator for the first time. When the process begins, Ben simply cannot stop smiling as he starts to feel the instant results.
How you doing?
Trying to shake out the cobwebs.
Doctors watch closely as they program and fine-tune the implant to normalize Ben's movement as much as possible.
There's certain things that need to be tweaked, but overall I feel 100 times more normal.
Here we go, we're just waiting for them to call Ben's name.
Ben entered the hospital off medication in a wheelchair and unable to walk for that first day of programming.
Wow.
But later that morning, after they activate and program the new implant,
This is with no meds, and he's just finished his first programming session.
How does it feel, Ben?
Like a miracle. That first day, it was like unreal.
Huge.
Really nice.
Big difference. For me, it was kind of surreal. That's the best word to describe it.
You're able to use my hands talking and not be like, you know, all over the place. It's just been almost undescribable. Just the feeling that I've had. It's just been awesome.
It's been life-changing.
2 months after that first programming session, Ben and his wife Kelly are adjusting to a new life.
Here. Ready? That's a bad pitch, good hit. You ready?
A much better life with their daughter McKenna. Wow! A family life they never knew.
You know, McKenna just says, "Daddy, dance with me." You know, toddler's drop of a hat. He doesn't even hesitate anymore. Okay. And then I'm in the kitchen going, wow, that is so great. And I'm like doing the happy dance. Yeah, you know.
It's right there.
With steady impulses from that generator,
It's so much easier to run. It's amazing.
the visible difference in Ben is staggering. Less than 3 months after surgery, he's 15 pounds heavier, working out like he's not been able to for 7 years, and almost back to his playing weight as a professional athlete.
There's a glimmer of hope. When you walk around with the disease that there's no cure, there's nothing but like downhill. It's like the hope isn't there. Oh.
But the hope is back. Medication had once dictated his entire life when he ate,
We can have dinner as a family now. Never been able to do that.
how he slept, what he was able to do or not, and who he was.
Who's say what's normal or not? But I mean, the truth is, I feel more like a regular person that's healthy.
That's been, like we've talked about, probably the biggest change. You know, he jokes around more. He's a little more laid back. He's not as uptight in certain social situations, like, are my meds gonna work, are my meds not gonna work?
It's pretty crazy. You take this little deal.
Deep brain stimulation has stabilized Ben's life substantially. He uses half of the medication he once did, and ideally hopes to eliminate it altogether, along with the on-again, off-again roller coaster life that it created.
My classic answer now is just, you know what? It's really easy. Everything is so easy.
I definitely feel like more like one. There's still my alter ego is still in there. He's not wanting to let go yet, but he's
holding on strong.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him out of there.
There is no cure for Parkinson's. It's a progressive disease, so deep brain stimulation is another option for dealing with the symptoms, and it can be effective for more than 10 years. Hopefully enough time to find a cure. Reporting for you, Tim Becker, KOIN Local 6.